And here we are. Hi, everybody. You know, part of that introduction, one of the placards we've put up there is stitching quilts and friendships. And I definitely feel as though I have been blessed with so many friends here. You guys are just so faithful, and I appreciate it. Colleen Mayville is here from upstate New York. Welcome. And there's my friend Linda from Ravenna, New York. Deb, Cactus Deb, Cactus Deb from Glendale, Arizona. And Jean Brooks from Mount Vernon, Washington, welcome. And Linda Lombardo, my Michigander buddy. There's Lois from Delaware and Pam from Maine, the mountain region of Maine. So welcome, you guys. Oh,
Albuquerque.
Picola is here from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I love your name, Picola. I think that is so cool. I really do think it's pretty. Charlene is here from Colorado. Welcome. And Jan, good evening. Hey, Jan, did you stay up and watch all 18 innings last night? Was that crazy or what? I went to bed. Ken watched it all.
Right to the bend.
Oh, right to the bitter end. I know you and Ronnie were going to watch the game.
It's actually two games.
Yeah, Ken said it was actually two games in one. Allison, good evening from Southwest Florida. So good to see you. So tonight, guys, we are at the end of our journey with spinning wheels. We are going to do the circles on quilts, spinning wheel number 36. Now, this is a really interesting template. The one I have is with echoes. And how do you know if you have echoes or not? We turned it off at the 12th inning. Allison couldn't wait much, couldn't stay up much longer than that. Yeah, you guys are Eastern time too, so you're an hour later. Well, Lisa's here from Sugarland. Welcome. Jan must have stayed up because she said she's not going to go more than 9 innings tonight because she was useless today. Oh my goodness. Hi, Donna's here too from Northern California. Okay, in case you don't know, we were talking about the World Series game last night. It was tied at 9 innings. It went to not 18 innings before somebody scored. So it was a long night. Okay, how do you know if your templates have echoes or not? What a good question. I'm so glad you guys asked that because not all of them do. If you look at the one that came in your sampler starter set or starter sampler set, it only has one hole in it. But these have more than one hole, so we could do an echo. I'm going to show you how that's done. And when we get here, we've got our little 3.5 inch, okay, and our 5.5 inch. These guys are so cute. 7.5 inch, let's get a little bigger. And you see now I actually have an arrow because there is also an echo on the inside as well as the outside. Don't know if we're going to get to the inside tonight or not. And then here on the 9.5, we have an inside and an outside echo again. And on the 11.5, we have two inside echoes. Whoops. Two inside echoes and one outside echo. So let us see how far we get tonight. I have extra practice sandwiches standing by just in case. So the first thing I want to do is just basically show you how this works. If you have the echoes, what you're going to notice is that you've got lines that go to the hole that your pin needs to be on in order to do the design. Okay, whoops. Did I? Oh,
Alberta, Canada.
there we go. Okay, so going to put my tack in from the right side. I do it the old school way, and then put it back in from the back side, and you'll see it comes up perfectly. Love it. Okay, so now I'm going to make sure that my tag is on the hole that has these two lines, these two reference lines meeting it. So you'll have your center vertical line and the two reference lines. Now these are made to go on an 8 reference line crosshair. Okay, sorry, I keep moving that thing. All right, who else have we got? Oh, PSE 2502 is here from Alberta, Canada. Hi, and Ina, I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome. Welcome. And Pat Holston is here from Fort Myers, Florida. Is that close to Fort Myers? No, I'm thinking Fort Walton Beach. Fort
Fort
Myers
Myers is on the Gulf side.
is on the Gulf side. Okay, so you are on the Gulf side, Pat. Nancy, hi, good to see you. Okie dokie. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift this up a little bit.
Joyce has so.
Joyce is here. There we go. That looks a lot better.
Two in Fort Myers.
Two. You guys know each other? I always ask that question. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to first put the template on the right way. We want our staple tape on the fabric. We have an A over here and a B here. Let me show that to you on this one, because on this one it's kind of covered up. So here is our A and here's our B. So we are going to stitch from A to B, and then we're going to twist our template. So let's get moving here, guys. I'm going to come around this way. I like to do it backwards because you can see better what I'm doing. And need to just make one little adjustment here. There we go. All right, we are all set. Needle down and back up. And we're going to lift that bobbin thread up, and we do that so we don't get thread nest, and the back of our quilts look as pretty as the front. That's what we like to do. All right, take my first stitch in place, and you all know why I do that. And off we go. This is kind of a curve here, so we want our stitches to be a little slower, shorter. Take your time. This is a hesitation stitch up here. Remember, the hesitation stitch is going to make that point very pointy. And now we're going to come back down to B, stop with our needle down, and oh, there they are. I knew I had my scissors right here. Boy, if I move things, I'm really in deep trouble. Whoa, I am so sorry, guys. Hate it when I do that. Okay, let me see if I can pull you in just a little more. There we go. Okay, so I've stitched from A to B. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my template so that my foot is back at A. And you all have probably used this template more than once. Take your hesitation stitch And remember, when you're stitching, you don't have to break any land speed records. It's okay to take your time. Enjoy the journey. I know there's a few of my students who have heard that, and every time I say it, they kind of cringe because they know I'm going to come behind them and ask them nicely to slow down a little bit. And then if they don't listen, I kick them in the shin. No, just kidding. I don't. Oh, just my turn to try and be funny tonight. But then again, Ken says I'm funny all the time, right? But looks aren't everything. All right, down we go. Stop that B. Twist that template. I did try to do this on 16 rotations. It just wasn't pretty. Can you do it? Yeah, you have to cut, um, cut your thread, and then you have to move. What did I do there? Oh, my foot came way up. And then you have to start over again on the additional 8 lines. And when I did it, I wasn't impressed with how it looked. It's really a design that's made to work on 8. And after I tried it, I decided I'll keep it to 8. And back down, a couple more. And you can see too, right here, what you have is you have your etched lines that will, there it is. You have your etched lines over here that line up with your rotations. So it helps you know that you're in the right spot. Okay, and here we go. This is the last one. Hesitation stitch down to the bottom, and we are going to need to break thread here. Okay, so there we go. And we'll break it on the back too. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to move from the hole where the lines, the reference lines, these reference lines here meet. I'm going to go to the hole below it. But before I do that, I want to see who else is here. Lorraine is here. Good morning, Lorraine. Okay. Joyce is here from Fairfield. Looks like we're going to have a pretty full house tonight. Awesome. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set my foot. Yeah, you can't see that very well. I'm going to set my foot so that it just touches this rotation. Okay. And I want a 1/4 of an inch behind and a 1/4 of an inch in front of it when I get to that valley. So let's go ahead and put the template back on. Again, I'm going to line up my center line here. Yeah, I'll do it this way. Line up the center line. Put my foot down. I want it to be a 1/4 of an inch in either direction. Okay. And I'll be honest with you guys, it's really hard for me to see if I'm exactly a 1/4 of an inch behind me because of the way the camera is in front of me. I just don't want to bump you guys again. That would not be a good thing. Okay. There we go. And we're going to come straight up. And I'm going to take a hesitation stitch up here at the top. And turn it around. Get rid of my thread. Let's see if I can pull you in a little bit more. There we go. So you can see here where I'm 1/4 of an inch away and 1/4 of an inch away in each direction. And here I come. I'm going to stop when my foot is touching the previous rotation. Yeah, there we go. And down we're going to go and stop, needle down, rotate the template. And you want to make sure you make that hesitation stitch or make sure your needle is down when you hit that valley so that when you stop and turn your template and you get started again, you have a nice sharp point there. Oops, I got off of my template a little bit. That's why they call it practice. Okay, and around we're going to go. All the way up to the top and back down. And around again. And the deal day 20, yes, it is. Let me put the link.
For those of us that don't have the templates, we would like them.
My husband says for those of us, he's talking about him who doesn't have the templates but would like them, he needs the link. Okay, there's my second stitch in there. Up we're going to go. And back down. I really love the look of this, guys. This just is so cool looking. And now we've come all the way around. So let's go ahead and take this out and see what we've done. Okay, I'm going to clip my thread. I'm going to take that tack out. I'm going to clip my bobbin thread. And then, what's so funny, Ken?
Donna says Kathy is very generous, Ken. Sure she would share the templates with you.
Yeah, no. Donna, I won't. Just kidding. Of course I would. Okay, so there it is. No, I don't. PFC 2502, she says, don't you share your templates with him? Not often. Actually, I would. He knows that. He knows that. Okay. Donna's shocked. Oh, yeah, I do have a tendency to shock people occasionally, but then Ken does it more often than I do. Oh, okay, there it is with the echo. Tell me, what do you guys think? I mean, you could, if you don't have the set with the echo on it, you could use your 12-inch arc or another straight edge and do it. However, if you haven't got this set, you might want to consider ordering it with the echo because it is so much easier to do with the template that has the echo on. And my question is, Do the new ones even have the echo on it? I should have checked. I'm not really sure, but let me double check because it'll be another. Um, okay, so circles on quilts, spinning wheel, 36. Okay. No. Okay, I didn't spell it right. Yes, the echoes are still available. And I will give you that link right now. And let's copy that. And we're going to paste that. And definitely today is the day to get them because they are a little more pricey than the regular ones. But today, or this week, I should say, you get a 20% discount. So it will help cut that cost down. All right. So that's one thing I have for you. Now, the next thing I have for you is how to do a border with this template. And this is one that I did on a quilt. And it was one of the first times that I used this.
Hard time finding.
Oh, Priscilla, I'm so sorry you had a hard time finding us, although I'm glad you did. And no, we're not over yet. We've just begun to have fun. Okay. So don't forget too, Priscilla, you can always go back and watch the taped version of this. We always have it on YouTube at 906 Quilting YouTube channel. So Steady YouTube channel. And it should also replay on the Facebook page, So Steady and 906 Quilting Facebook page. So you've got plenty of time to look at them. Okay, so what I did, and I'm going to turn you around here. Again, I want you to see everything. Yep, there we go. I'm getting better at looking, guys, to make sure that you're seeing things. All righty. Oh, I see what happened. I'm loose.
Foot is loose.
My foot is loose. Yes, I'm not loose. My foot is loose. Oh, all right. I don't know how that happened. I expect it on my 301, but I don't expect it on this machine. Okay. Of course, I was doing a lot of ruler quilting today and a lot of free motion quilting today. All for you, Jan. Okay, now I do need to. There we go. Okay, down it goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and I'm going to come back up and I'm going to stop at what would be that 45-degree line that has the etching on, okay? This is the first one. First one's going to be a little different because we're starting basically from the bottom. So now what I'm doing is I am moving my template up until it touches until my foot touches the template. And I need to get this out of here because that's going to hold things up, guys. Okay, go ahead. I've seen this used in other ways for doing a border design. And if you have the whole set, what's really cool about it is you can make borders in a whole lot of different ways. Okay, so I've stitched around and back up to this 45-degree edge line. Now I'm going to move my template straight up towards me. And I'm going to come around and back up to the 45-degree line. One stitch in place. Hesitation stitch up at the top. Come down, slow down, because you don't want to go over this line. Now I'm going to travel back up to that 45-degree edge line, needle down, and pull that template straight towards me. What's awesome about this is you're going to have your heavy lines alternating just because of the way we're stitching this. One stitch in place. Hesitation stitch. Slow down so we don't go over that line. And back up to our 45-degree line. Now, if you wanted to, you could go a little further. You could put an arrow here if you want. I just found this to be the most pleasing as far as amount of space between the designs. So that's why I chose that line. Hesitation stitch. I think it's fun. It's easy, guys. It is really easy. And I love the look. And back to my 45-degree line. And now I'm going to move my arrow up and I'm going to get this wire that's wrapping around my leg out of the way. Okay, there we go. Uh, and back down, slowing down, and back up to the 45-degree line. A couple more here. And then we'll take it out and show you. This to me is just a great design. Now, in this last one, you would not need to make the stitches back up to the 45-degree line, but you all know how I roll. I'm going to do it anyway for consistency. Okay. And let's go ahead and pull this out. And then I'm going to pull this camera back so you can get the whole enchilada here. Okay, there we go. And there we go. That is just one of the many borders that you can do. Joyce, oh, very good idea. Joyce says, love this design for Valentine's Day decorations. Now, Joyce, I never would have thought of that, but you're absolutely right. It looks great for that. Yeah, it's different. And I really like it. Now, if you want to, you could template every other one. And I think that would look very nice also. Because of these nice smooth curves, I think that this would lend itself to a template design very easily. Okay. Next, what I have for you is something I probably should put on a big one, but we're going to start here with the little one. And then we're going to move on to the larger one. Okay. And I just want to check one other thing here. Okay. Yep. All right. Let's get that tack back out. Where did it go? Oh, I didn't put it away. That's my bad. Okay. I wasn't quite sure about this when I first saw it, but as I've worked with it, I love it more and more. Well, you know what? We've got time. I want to do it this way. I normally like to have these done before we get started. Well, ever. Tonight I was busy fighting with cameras. Oh, yay, Colleen, yay. All right, so I need 7.5 inches. That way I need 7.5 inches this way. The real reason I'm taking the time to do this is because if you have a large um a large block, you can go ahead and you'll see what you can make on it, and you won't have to worry about your center seams. And to me, that just is a plus. Anytime we can do that, it's a plus. Okay. Now this is going to fit in a 12-inch block. Whoops. Easily. Because our biggest one is the 11.5 inch. That's the one we're going to use. And we are going to put our 8-point crosshair, 8 reference lines. There we go. And we're going to need to draw those lines out now because I'm just using a small crosshair ruler. So I just go ahead and yank them out with the ruler. If I had my big one out, I would just use that. So, and one more. Tonight, I not only have to worry about stepping on wires, but I got sleeping puppies under my feet. Oh my goodness, they are something. Quite a day today we have. All righty, here we go. Now, oops, almost dropped the tack. That would be dangerous. Again, putting it through the right side. What that does is it makes a hole. And when I say hole, I don't mean literally a hole, because what it actually does is it pushes the fibers aside. And when you're done, you just go like this and then they're fine again. All right. So let's see where we're at here. Um, Yeah, I want to go ahead and leave you guys out a little bit because it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger as we go. All right. Pull that up. So is tonight's World Series game out in California again? I don't know what it is, but well, I do too know what it is. I've got my name on the wrong side. If I had them on the other side, I'd get that template in the correct way. All right, let's try that again. And here we go. Find my foot pedal, stitch in place. Hesitation stitch. I'm going to go ahead and cut that thread. I want it out of here. I don't want to get tied up in it. And down we go. I'm glad it's not 16 rotations. There we go. Rotate. And I was caught up on my pin. Okay. Well, we're not going to worry about that. There we go. Let's do it this way, and then I won't get caught up on it. Hesitation. Down to B. You will feel it. It kind of almost clicks into place. Make sure I'm lined up. You probably will want to take a little more time. I'm going kind of quickly here. Here we go. And one more. And coming back. And meeting up with B. Okay. Now we're going to cut that thread. We do have to break thread here. Okay. And I'm going to get, that was my 3.5. So now I'm going to get my 5.5. Again, I'm going to make sure that I put it on this hole where the 245-degree reference lines meet, which is right here. Okay. And come on back here, you thread. Okay. So now I'm going to start at A and come around to B. I'm going to do this whole template again. And I did not break my bobbin thread just for the sake of time. going to go ahead and trim that off. There we go. The first one was a 3.5. This is a 5.5. Around we're gonna go. Hesitation stitch up there. Stop. Come back down. Now, if you didn't have a block that was, say, 12 inches, maybe you have a 6-inch block. If you did, you could do with these 2 templates as opposed to as many as I'm going to use. There we go. Come around again. I overshot that one a little bit. In the grand scheme of things, it's not that matter. Ideally, that transition will be in the center of the last rotation where you went from one to the other. And here we go. This is the last one already. And there we are. From Mila, let's take and snip off that thread. And here is 2 rotations. There you go. It's looking good, isn't it? I'm really liking this. Oh, hi, Silver Fox Dolphin. Actually, it does look like the Spaden cards, doesn't it? Actually, what it is it's the Circles on Quilts Spinning Wheel 36. I am using the set that is with the Echo. Like all of our spin effects, it has a 3.5, 5.5, 7.5, 9.5, 11.5-inch template. So what you're looking at here is a 5 template set. Most of our spinning wheels only have 1 template. This has 5. I'm so glad it does. I really am, because I really think that this is such a pretty template. Can be used either way you want. It's just great. I really think that the border treatment is like my favorite border treatment of all times. Okay. With this template set. If you have a small sashing, use the 3.5-inch. Make the same border treatment with maybe you may need to go to a 7.5 or 9.5 inch for the larger ones. but you have the opportunity to do that, and that's what makes it really cool. Okay, so now I'm putting in, we did a 3.5 here, 5.5 here. Next, we're going to do a 7.5. And we're going to come over here. There we go. Needle down, needle up. Oh my goodness, that foot is loose again. Why am I not able to pull my bobbin thread up? Technical problems. There it comes. Okay, I knew it would show up. Just a matter of manhandling it a little bit. Yeah, that's the right one. Oh, I think because this is off. Oh, goodness gracious. I apologize, guys. Next week, I should have the 301 back out. Right now, I'm working on a big project. And sometimes the 301s just aren't heavy enough. I'm actually working on an oversized queen, putting it together. There we go. Well, wasn't that a stubborn one? There. Okay. Yep.
What's up, Paul? You know what time it is?
Somebody just woke up.
Yeah. Who's somebody's?
Two somebody's woke up.
Yeah.
Okay. First stitch in place. And around we're going to go. Let's go ahead and get these threads out of the way. Yeah, Debbie, you're right. It has got cool secondary designs. You all know that I love secondary designs. Oh,
I took them off before we came off. I thought that would be a good one.
they have a built-in clock.
Yeah.
You know. Up we go. And back down to B.
Sherry had a question about the heart template. It's not the heart template, is it?
No, it's I think
Silver Fox.
yeah, I think I already answered that one.
I
It's
didn't
the circles on quilts number 36. Spinning wheel with the echoes is the one I am using tonight.
hear. How about you, Chick? You want to go with the boys?
Or Tiffy went and had her monthly shot today for her arthritis. Okay, a few more rotations and we'll have this one done. I'm liking this rotation a lot. Where it's starting and where it's ending. Making sure that I'm lined up on both sides. quite honestly, what happened here, where these stopped and started, wasn't where I thought that they would start and stop when I first did this. I really expected those kind of football shapes when we close up the design. I I expected them to be more lined up, I guess is the word I'm looking for. We're gonna go again, and we have completed this rotation, guys. Okay, needle up. There we go. So I'm going to take off the 7.5 inch. I'm going to go ahead and clip that bobbin thread too. Pull that down so you can see it while I'm finding my 9.5 inch template. What do you think so far? Oh, Silver Fox, you're right. It does look like a Christmas tree star. Could you imagine doing a Christmas tree quilt and stitching this in gold metallic thread on the top? That would look so awesome. Okay, found the 9.5. Remember, we have an inside echo and an outside echo on this one. So the center one is where our 45-degree lines come together. This is the one we want to put our tack on. There we go. It's just pays to double check that. I'm about falling off my chair here, guys. I had some problems with the camera that I'm using before we started. So I have the other camera set up for just in case. I'm a suspenders and belt kind of girl. I want to be prepared. And just as we were getting ready, this one came back online. I don't know why. I don't know what's causing it to act funny, but I used it yesterday morning. I used it last night with no problem, but today it wanted to give me grief. So Ken said, "You still got a couple minutes. Set it up." Oh my goodness, that was done very quickly. And I did not take the other one down just in case we lost this one. Okay, here we go. I'm going to twist this around, cut off that thread. Ooh, I'm really liking this a lot better stitched out than it is just drawn out. Oh, there it is. I want to move this in a little bit for you guys. There. There we go. Okay. I should have a director here helping with all this. Oh, yeah, I don't think so. They also tell you what to do. I don't like anybody telling me what to do. uh, I don't know if any of y'all belong with the to a group of women who like to get together and quilt and maybe learn a thing or two. If you ever have that opportunity, oh, you need to take it. You really just need to take it. We had our group together yesterday, and I'll tell you what, I haven't heard so much laughter in this house in the last year. And it just does all of our hearts good to be able to share a laugh and fun and other things with someone. And maybe even learn something along the way. I don't know how much we learned. Deb, what do you think? Oh, we sure did have fun. And we learned from each other. What we were doing was something that I've not done a lot of, but I did try to explain what it was. And we were very fortunate we had Deb there because she has done a lot more of this particular process that we were doing and was able to give us some really, really good hints and tricks and tips. And that is greatly appreciated. So, yeah. 2.5 hours, my stomach hurt afterwards from all the laughter. So get together with your friends. Spend that girl time. It's worth it. Okay, here we go. Coming around, only a couple more to go. I would imagine too that quilt guilds are something else that can be a lot of fun. I don't belong to one because we do not have one in my town. Okay, one more rotation. Oh, guys, I'm loving this thing. I am just really loving it. Okay, that's 8 rotations. There we go. Oh, I think they cut it all the way through. There we go. I'm gonna pull it back. We do love to laugh. Yep, you're absolutely right. Donna says quilt quilts are awesome. She just came back from a retreat. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, the hole that I'm using is I'm making sure that I am on the regular hole for normal rotations. I'm just getting bigger, bigger, and bigger on the sizes of templates that I'm using, Jillian. Okay. See, there's something else up here. Do you use a bigger needle for metallic thread? Actually, I use a top stitch needle or a metallic thread needle, Donna. It will have a bigger eye in it. Um, you know, you want that bigger eye because the metallic thread, what happens when your thread goes through that needle is it is going through there back and forth many times before it actually gets laid on the top of your fabric. And every time it goes through there, it creates heat, and heat destroys. And that's a lot of times one of the problems that we have with our threads breaking. Another reason is going really fast or using an old needle. An old needle will actually become really sharp and we'll cut thread too. So don't forget, change your needles often. Um, Needles are cheap, repairs are expensive. Hi, Eleanor. Thank you so much. Okay. So yeah. Thank you, Linda. Linda was distracted and she said now she sees a design. The first few rotations, it really doesn't look like much, does it? And it kind of, you know, but once you get, okay, once you get to the big kahuna here, all right, we are going to put our 11.5 inch on now. And yep, there's still going to be room. Okay, good. We are going to also put an echo on the outside of this, only because we can. Okay, down to A, pull that bobbin thread up. Here we go. That foot is loose again. I don't know what is causing that. That just got me bothered here. Stitch in place. Got that thread out there. Make sure that you guys have a good view here. I'm not going to come in too far though, because this template is quite large. Hesitation and all the way around. I've got to tighten it again. Okay, there we go. And hesitate. And come down to B. Stop. Make sure you stopped and your needle is down before you move things around. Otherwise, you can end up in a world of hurt. Don't ask me how I know that. Oh, I love to learn through experience. And around. We're almost to the end, guys. You can see how much these designs actually draw our fabric in. If you'll notice, I've got a lot of waviness going on in this block. But that doesn't scare me. That really doesn't give me any cause for concern at all. Because what I'll do when I'm finished, the first thing I will do is just go ahead and press my marks off. After I'm sure I've got my marks off correctly, then I will go ahead and put either some water or some best press on it, just using a mister bottle. You don't want to put too much on. And then I will press it again. And it's going to take all that waviness out for you. So don't let that throw you, okay? That's easily rectified. One more rotation. And then we're going to go ahead, we're going to, only on half of it, we're going to go ahead and put an echo on it to see how that looks, okay? And this is our last one. Now, don't be afraid to try this with your Spinifex templates too, because you never know what kind of design you're going to come up with. Granted, I do like to do them with paper and pencil first. It's a lot cheaper. And if you don't like the outcome, you wrinkle it up and throw it away. That's the wonderful part about it. Kind of like a writer, huh? Okay, so here it is. There is the entire design. And remember how I said the center, if you have like if this were a 4 patch, you have all those seams converging in the center. You don't have to stitch over it. Isn't that awesome? Oh, Allison, that is so cool. Eleanor, what we're using is we are using the Circles on Quilts Spinning Wheel 36. And we have the set that comes in 3.5, 5.5, 7.5, 9.5, 11.5 inches. This particular set is with the Echo. And I'm going to show you the Echo right now. Let's take a look and see how that Echo is going to look on this design. Okay. I guess I should have gotten my lines out just a little bit further. Same premise for the Echoes. You want to stay 1/4 inch away in each direction, or I should say the foot width away. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm off a little bit, but that's because I don't have my lines up there, and I'm not going to worry about it. This is just a practice sandwich. Now, when you're doing your echoes, you want to remember to take your hesitation stitch up there on the top and on the bottom. Well, on the bottom, you're going to have your needle down when you rotate. And a couple more. And we'll get an idea to see what this looks like. Okay, I think I've got 4 rotations here, so I'm gonna stop when I get to the top of this one. There we go. All right. Oh, I kind of like that. That really does dress it up quite a bit. Okay, let's pull us back again. And this is so big, I don't know if I could get get it all in the camera. There we go. Here's with the Echo. Here is without the Echo. Actually, I like the Echo better. I think it really finishes it off. What do you think? It is beautiful. It really is. All right, guys. So what do you think? Was this worth an hour of your time? I hope so. It was definitely worth an hour of mine to spend it with you all. I appreciate so much you taking the time to spend an hour with me. It really means a lot to me. Thank you, Linda. In your cart, Donna. I love it. I love it. That's so awesome. Don't forget, if you find this that you like it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You can always go to 906 Quilting YouTube channel and you can go there and subscribe as well, because I'm sure most of you are subscribers to So Steady's channel. And tomorrow we're going to be doing the honeycomb template, and it does some things I didn't know it did. So it's going to be interesting. It's unfortunately not one I've used a lot. And, by doing these shows with you guys, I am learning so much about our templates as well. And I hope it's going to make me a better teacher as well. So anyway, tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, 7 Mountain. No, Mountain isn't 7. It's 7 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock Pacific. Okay, I think we've got it. Ina, thank you for stopping by. Love it. Thank you, Linda, my friend. I will see you all tomorrow morning. And until then, let's quilt.